Hi and welcome. I'm trying to learn Dinosaurology. Today the Lystrosaurus, and after we've done it, we're going to do ECU tendon training. The ECU tendon is here, and if you participate in the ECU tendon training, then it's better to ask. Now the Lystrosaurus, first the picture. Now, and just a little size comparison, it is 1 meter long. The Lystrosaurus. This sturdy, plant-eating animal lived in Africa and Asia, and its remains were also found in Antarctica. Okay. Right there, Mr. Small. Right here. Now, Africa and Asia are today here. There's Africa, and there's Asia, and Antarctica is there. Now, at that world map, I think here would be Asia, and here Africa, or here. And Antarctica, I have no idea where it would be. Because that is what the world looked when the Lystrosaurus lived. Lystrosaurus. Now, it is a sturdy animal, and it was plant-eating, and lived in Africa, Asia, and probably also in Antarctica. Then in Antarctica, there were in the late 60s fossils found. So some decades ago, there in the 1960s were of the Lystrosaurus fossils in Antarctica found. There were people down here at the earth in Antarctica and looking for fossils, and they found fossils of a Lystrosaurus. This wide distribution, so it lived in Africa, Asia, and in Antarctica, is one of the main pieces of evidence that during the Triassic period, India and all the southern continents were joined as one landmass. Okay, they are telling here, if the world 200 million years ago looked like as it does today, now with here with Asia and Europe as one big continent, but then the Atlantic and 5,000 kilometers to North America and to South America, and also Africa is not connected to Europe. The Strait of Gibraltar is not connected. It was actually before the Suez Canal was built. And Australia is probably, okay, there was not the Lystrosaurus, but the meaning, the world is today so much apart. And the Lystrosaurus was found in Asia and in Africa and in Antarctica. If the world looked like that 200 million years ago, it would have been impossible for the Lystrosaurus to live here, here, and here. It couldn't come from here to here. So the world probably looked like that. That's also a big indicator that the world looked like that. Because then the Lystrosaurus could just walk from here over to here and here and here. Now, the Lystrosaurus was found in many different parts of the world, and it could there come only by foot. Planes were invented or ships, so probably these land masses were together. That's one big piece of evidence of it. There's way more to it. This wide distribution that the Lystrosaurus had lived in Africa, Asia, and Antarctica is one of the many pieces of evidence that during the Triassic period, India and all the southern continents were joined as one landmass. Well, India is here. South of Asia. Okay, Lystrosaurus, 1 meter long. Now we're adding all together to the Lystrosaurus. The Lystrosaurus, 1 meter long. It was eating plants. It was a sturdy animal. And also in Antarctica, there were fossils found in the 60s. And that things left behind by it were found in Africa and in Asia and in Antarctica is a big piece of evidence that India and other continents were all together 200 million years ago during the Triassic. Now, that was the Dinosaurology part. If you were just here for Dinosaurology, then go directly to the next part. We will do now the ECU tendon training, and if you participate in the ECU tendon training, then it's better to your own risk. We can sit stance, arms next to us, and we bring fists down, holding it, and up, and holding that, and we're repeating it a couple of times. twists and we bring them up, and then down, and we repeat it with also confidence. We're having 3 rules. The first rule is that we are stopping immediately as soon as there's pain. The second rule is that we are going only as fast as we can go with a little bit of effort. And the third rule is that we're not overdoing it. We just want to strengthen, not to exhaust. I'm going to use now a tennis racket for the following exercises. A tennis racket is light, just around 300 grams, but it has a long lever. So whatever you use, do it in accordance with our 3 rules. Elbow in, take the lower arm, and go slowly over to one side, then over to the other side, and then do it a couple of times. Last time. And now we're saying with the long arm load. I'll take the from top, hold lift it up, in the hour, again in, and down, and again. And now the palm facing upwards. And with your right. First, hand on top. And then we skip it. Giving heavy exercises. Long up to the smaller one, over to one side and to the other side. Longer. And you can use now a towel or a t-shirt or sock, and you press onto it, and then you bring the wrist up, then you stick it down, up, last hand down, and over the other side, press and bring the wrist up, and down. And now just press with good force. And the other side. And that goes for ECU. Thank you very much, and until next time.